There's an insane rune farm in Elden Ring where you can get almost 1,000 runes per kill and you can already access it early on. So you can become OP very early on. Sure, it can be tricky, but I have a tactic so you can very easily kill these enemies, level up fast. Got a nice tip for a weapon you want to use here and how to upgrade it and way more. So first of all, you want to head to the third church of Marika, which over here. Now you might not see this on the map immediately, but you can still place a marker and go here. And by the way, pro tip, if you don't have the map yet, just look for these pillars because you can already see them and that is where you can actually get the map so you can see the whole region. But first, let's go to the church. Smart is to go from this fast travel point, the lake north, and then follow the road. Of course, dodge the enemies on the road. You will also find some on the bridge. I think there might even be like a special boss here during night. Just ignore them and immediately turn left when you can after crossing the bridge. Then just follow the road there. There will be more enemies also under the broken bridge, but just ignore them and run until you see the remains of the church. Totally grab the 2 items here too. Dennis will actually talk more about them in a separate video. I will link to that at the end of this one. I want to focus on the farm here. So I already found one close to this spot. Maybe you already noticed that the giant here, while killing them, gives you 1000 XP. And while they might look enormous and kind of intimidating, they are very easily killable. You can namely also summon a spirit here in this area, and I'm using the Godrick soldier ashes, which are helping me out a lot, and I will tell you how to get them in a moment. So yeah, you can do this, kill the giant, then return to the grace and rinse and repeat, 1000 XP, pretty fast. But there is a better, more tricky one very close by. And a big shout outs to PowerPix, a link to his channel of course in the video description, for finding and sharing this spot. So from the church we want to go over here on the map. So to the left and inside the water. Here you will namely find a portal to a later game region. So yeah, use the portal, and then once you are in that new region, you want to turn around and then follow the road here. Totally grab the golden seeds near the golden tree, and then we want to run towards the Lost Grace point. So now we have a fast travel point here and a save point. And maybe you already noticed the little enemies walking around here. Well, if you kill them, you get almost 1000 XP per kill. And there are a lot of these enemies in the area. So sneaking up to them, taking them out with a backstab, and then some extra slashes worked for me. But really, one misstep and they will instantly kill you, especially early on. And of course, if you die, grab your runes first and then continue with the farm. And also go back to the grace point often to spend the runes to level up. Luckily, you can also summon a spirit here. So once again, I'm using the soldiers, which are great. Because while you die from 1 or 2 hits, they can tank multiple. And they also, of course, grab the attention away from you. So that makes these little enemies a very easy target. Still, you want to try and go for them one by one, as otherwise it might be hard to keep track of their attacks. And then you will have a ton of runes in no time and level up really fast. Now, if you don't do a lot of damage yet, then I have some tips for that. And also where you can find that awesome spirit. Of course, would be awesome if you could leave a like on the video if it already helped you out, and subscribe for way more Elden Ring content. So for the Godrick soldiers, you want to go over here on the map. So that's close to the Storm Hill Shack fast travel point. This requires you to go through the gate though. A lot of enemies will spawn here, but it is easy enough to ignore them. And from that fast travel point, we go into the forest here, and then you will see some jellyfish near a sort of bigger structure. Then you want to loot it from the fallen soldier there, and then you have this amazing spirit. Of course, equip it so you can easily use it, and then every time this icon appears on your screen, you can summon these spirits. And again, they also deal quite a lot of damage next to getting the enemy's attention and of course tanking a lot of damage for you. And also, by the way, close to that spirit, so that's over here a little further into the forest, you find a smithing stone, and these can be used to upgrade your weapons so you deal more damage with the stealth hit during the farm and also the hits that follow. And you, by the way, find way more of these stones throughout the world. Look out for the glowing things on bridges, because I encounter them quite often on bridges. But there's also a mine over here on the map, very close to where you start, below the gate front ruins. So we have to jump down and then get to the entrance that way, take the elevator down, and then you will find a lot of miners with a smithing stone close to them. You also see that if there's a smithing stone thanks to the rocks. So the moment you grab them, they will be alerted. So you could just grab everything and try to get out, or take all the enemies out. Although they can be quite annoying, like you cannot really do a combo against them. I found that hitting, dodging worked for me. But yeah, it can be quite annoying because small corridors and a lot of enemies. But I found 5 stones in this mine. So yeah, you could clear it out and I think it's worth it. And that should be enough to upgrade your weapons a few times. You can do this at the blacksmith in the table of the Lost Grace. You will get invited to this at some point. Maybe it depends on the amount of times you go to a Lost Grace point, because I got invited while doing the farm, or maybe it depends on your level. Either way, at one point you will be invited and then you can go to the blacksmith here to upgrade your weapon with these stones. If you cannot go to this location yet though, also at the church close to where you start, over here on the map. And here you can also find a smithing table where you can upgrade your weapons at least to +3. So that should also really help you out. Now I started out as the samurai, so I already had a katana, which is really powerful, so I upgraded that. But you can actually also find one in the world if you picked a different class. So we then want to go over here on the map, use the Saints Bridge fast travel point. It's a rune inside the mountain, so you have to make sure that you can enter through this way. Ignore the big door, just go to the left and follow that. You will go down the stairs. There will be a lot of skeletons here. You can ignore them or kill them, whatever you want. But at one point you just want to continue and then get to the lever and pull that. Now, if you head back to that area with the stairs, you can actually find an opening, and if you follow that, you find the katana. Again, this one helped me a lot during the farm and is totally worth upgrading as well. Or if you, like me, chose the samurai claws, they can now dual wield katanas if you like, which is of course pretty cool. The runes that you farm in this location are also needed for these weapon upgrades, just like for spirit upgrades, so you can make the soldiers, for example, even better. And of course, when you want to buy things at special vendors you find in the world, like over here you find one, for example, who sells some decent items and also arrows, which can be nice. And there's also a shop here on the map where I bought a way better shield than the samurai starts the game with. So also totally worth saving some runes from this farm to use on other things. Now, of course, if you found cool things in Elden Ring, totally reach out via the input@jorraptor.com email address, or if you got tips for the farm, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe for way more Elden Ring videos. A like on the video would really help me out. And if that early things you want to get video is already up, then you can watch it by clicking on the screen. For now though, I will speak to you in the next one. Goodbye.